Sean,
Well, hey, how's it going?
are you hearing
You
me?
hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I just don't see you too clearly.
Hey,
The camera's pretty bad.
holy shit, I can't pretty bad right now.
Huh?
Can you give me my camera's really bad, you're saying?
It's clearing up now.
My camera or your camera?
No, it's a bit clearer now.
Okay, 18 seconds I can put on my cartoon face instead.
No, it's okay. So so what? Okay, so I'm Becky. You're gonna have to yeah. You see us?
Hey, Becky.
Hi.
Yeah, I see you guys.
All right, sweet. So the main reason I wanted to get on a call today. Oh fuck, this fucking dog. Can you just go get her and lock her in the living room? Yeah. So the main reason I want to get on this call is to ask you about Shopify.
Okay.
Right. I've done Shopify and I've targeted very small audiences, like very direct. Like for instance, I was targeting like Trinidadians living in the US, right? So
Okay.
they're easy to find. No one else targeting them. I'm not going to become a millionaire, but I can make a couple grand a month targeting them with Facebook ads. And it was all like custom stuff, right? So it wasn't like from AliExpress and then they figure out it's some cheap shit and they don't buy again. It was more like custom design shit. So I know you had a Shopify store. What is it selling?
I have a couple. My two main ones were I have a private label for essential oils. I
Okay.
had private label for beard products when I had a huge beard.
Oh
There's
yeah,
a
you
couple
don't have a
other
beard
small
anymore.
ones I had. Pardon?
You don't have any beard anymore. So are you still selling the beard products?
Yeah, I know. I had to save it for work, but I'm still selling it. Yeah, I got a partner who has a beard, so he's the face now. It's a little hard for me to sell him when I don't have a beard, but
So
that's how
so
I got.
go ahead,
Pardon?
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, so that's how I got into it. So, in the drop shipping, because I have a couple legit things from an actual small businesses where I have contracts in which I drop ship directly through them.
Hmm.
And then I found out about your whole DS Genie for actual drop shipping and everything else. So I started to add other things like AliExpress and that to my actual store.
So what? Okay, so tell me. I'm trying to share. So let me just explain. So I've been like kind of when I say successful, I've made some fuck successful. I've made some money drop shipping on Shopify, right? And like
Right.
a lot of people, like ecom dudes and all these other guys online, they market all these like Shopify courses, and you could sell millions of dollars or some bullshit. So, and I've challenged a lot of people who claim to be making that money to just come online and like do a call and like just give us the proof. And no one ever wants to do it. So I figured I just want to like get some of your insight, how you started with Shopify, what you're selling, how you found the suppliers for the drop shippers, how you market it. I know you were saying that you post in certain places. Just give me the whole story.
Okay, so the main thing I want to tell people is that you can always lower your prices, but it's always hard to bring them back up.
Okay.
Okay? Um, my first thing was I tried the Facebook ads for a little while and I failed miserably at it. And that's the thing everyone like. Yes, you can make a lot more money. There's people making millions with the whole Facebook ads thing. But the thing is, you need to be able to keep these people.
When you say
So
keep
I
the people, you mean
so
keep the customers.
right. So I found a group of deal hunters and different groups of people. Like so, there's people there beard appreciation groups and stuff like that. So I wanted to sell my product at $20 per
Okay.
container. That was the price I wanted. Now to give that as a deal, it was a little hard because So what I did was I marked my price up to 25,
Okay.
and then I went to these groups and I offered it for the $20 that I wanted for it, and everyone thought it was a great deal.
Okay,
So
so on your site you had it at $25, and then you
right,
were using all these groups to say, hey, what, buy one for 20, or there's a discount, or like what was the story?
I started off as one for 20. Like I'll give you guys all the 20% off for
And you
everything.
give them a coupon or something.
Yeah, and then so that was my main private one. I did have a couple of small things there for dropship as well for add-ons just to make the money. And the cost of the store builds up quickly, so I found other ways around that. Like you could sign up free for a developmental account with Shopify, and with that account, you can have your store free for the first 50 sales because it's a developmental store, and you actually get access to a lot of the paid apps. So I'm able to upgrade my store better. I can use a better converter. I can use a lot of the extra stuff onto it. The only problem is that you cannot change the name, right? You cannot have your domain there. So what I started to do was I redirected my domain, because after you put your website in there, how often do you actually look at what's up top of the screen?
Right.
So my website is shopify.thestorename.com, but if I have my domain name, I put that on Facebook, hey, you go www.mydomain.com, they would click it and it would go to the store. They wouldn't. No one notices up top it changed. No one cares about that. They just know that if you post the .shopify link, no one would go to it. But if you post a real link and it goes to a site, people don't connect the difference.
Right, and I feel like because we're drop shippers, a lot of us think that like everyone would know that this is like drop shipping or whatever. So that's why people freak out about forwarding domain names and those type of details. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of times we forget that the majority of people on the face of the earth don't drop ship.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I see now you do the ads. I see every ad that's a drop shipping ad right now.
Right. So you got the development store. How you get the suppliers? How did you get the supplier for the beer thing?
So before I was reaching out to actual stores that didn't sell to most of them in the States. I reached out to different companies that were doing things that weren't doing what I was doing. So I was making and actually building one of my own products, one of the beard bombs. So that was my own product. I was building it. I was private labeling it. But I started off trying to make everything myself. So I was making all the small stuff that you'd have the add-ons, because I was trying to fill the shelves, right? Because having one product was harder to push. You want it to look like a real business. So then I started outsourcing all the small stuff, like the combs. I outsourced it from. I found another comb company who was just selling combs. So I offered to sell his stuff on my website and stuff like that. And another thing I want to tell everyone is they start their store and then they have a Facebook page and has like one like on it. Like you could buy 1,000 likes on Facebook or on Fiverr for like $5. Right. I know it's not good for your pixel, but I mean, just get your friends to add your site, because it's all about looking realistic, right? So I made a blog and I backdated it 2 years. And I made a Facebook page and I was just auto posting for a month, and I had a pile of people I know like it. And I bought 500 likes or 1,000 likes from Fiverr for $5. So if you were to actually go to my site, you're like, this guy's doing really well. Like he's been here for 2 years. He has a following fan base, engaging in posts, and I spent like $10 on that. And the big thing is a lot of people starting off drop shipping is because they don't have a lot of money right now.
Right.
And Shopify is one of the most expensive options to do.
Right.
So I was trying to do it as cheap as possible.
Okay, so how would you get it? So you messaged all these guys that were selling separate things. You got the free Shopify store. You paid a couple bucks for all the likes and all the and the posts and stuff. So how would you continuously get customers? Would you just post on a daily basis, on a weekly basis in all these different groups?
Well, I didn't post in the groups. I messaged the groups and offered them the admit. Posting in groups, just constantly posting, doesn't look that well,
it's
right?
Spam. Okay.
So I messaged the head of the group, and I would offer them this deal. Sometimes you offer them, for some groups, they would add $2 onto it. So they would be selling for $22 because they sell to their members. It was bulk sales, which was even greater. So if you find I found local groups. So beard lovers of this one city. and I offered it to them, and it only shipped to one person, and then they all collected it, and they collected the $2 off each one. So the fact that they were making money on it, they were able to and happy to push my stuff, right?
Right, but okay, so how much time would you spend messing all these fucking people?
The first little while was just, I'm on Facebook all the time, I'm just finding people. But after you find one person, you just go back there every couple of months once you had your people. And then this group I knew was going to be $500, so I would message them every 2 months for another $500. This group was $1,000. I would message them, break it up, trying to so I could focus on one at a time. Once I had a good 5 groups going, I knew each group was about $500 profit for me. I would just break them up 2 weeks between each other to help for paydays.
So, right. So, okay. So basically, you build this store for next to nothing, and you're using all these, I don't know. It's basically like door-to-door sales, but on the internet. And I only say it like that because that's what I used to do when I first started DSG. Like, I'll join all the groups. I wouldn't post in the group, but I'll wait till someone starts to complain that they're not making money drop shipping. And I'll be like, hey, I could help you make money drop shipping. Send them a direct message, right? So what, that's what you would, and how long did you do that for? And how much money would you make doing that? I know it's not hundreds of thousands of dollars, but it's a couple of grand.
The most I made was 1 weekend. I made a 5,000 sales 1 weekend. I had a $5,000 sale 1 weekend.
And what profit was that?
My profit was, so I started off, it was, I made the things for up to $5, and I was selling them for $20, so it was a 75% profit.
You had, when you hesitated, I knew you were going to say some shit and be and reveal that it was cheap as fuck.
Yeah. The bigger the sale, the more it was. If I only sold a couple of them, my profits were a little lower. And I was saving on the shipping too because I was selling them to groups. So I only had, when you do a bulk sale, the one sale has a cheap price. But the more you add, the lower the shipping is, right? Because if I sold one of the items, the shipping cost itself was just too much. It was $10. But if I sold 50 of them.
Were you getting them from Canada or because you're from Canada, right? Fuck,
yeah.
I forgot. Okay, I forgot that you didn't even say your name and where the fuck you're from.
John Smith from Canada. Not a fake name. Not a fake name.
Yeah, when you first joined the Ashini, I thought it was a fake name, to be honest.
Yeah, I should have used a fake name. You would have believed it better.
Who, John Smith, really?
My middle name is Wayne. I'm John Wayne.
No.
Notification is no.
Is your middle name really
what?
Wayne?
Yeah, I'm John Wayne Smith. Most common name in the world.
Are your parents comedians or something? What the fuck?
No, my name is I dodged a bullet. My name was supposed to be Chesley Calvin, but they had a last minute name change.
Oh my god! And your name is Jonathan or John Wayne Smith?
It's Jonathan, but I go by John.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, back to. So
okay.
These things
so
are they coming from Canada or are you buying them in China?
Some stuff's Canada, some stuff's China, some stuff's US. I branched out, right? Because I didn't know. So I have a beard bibs. They come from China. I have beard bibs. It's you put a beard bit on, you suction cup it to your mirror, and then you can shave, and it collects all the trimmings so to keep it clean.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta get up on your beard delicate if you're gonna keep growing it.
Or I could just have.
I know a place to sell you some.
Yeah, or I could just have the cleaner girl clean it back.
I don't have that in Canada. So a couple of tips.
What's that? Go ahead.
A couple of tips. Another thing is keeping the social media. So if I was to pay ads or if I was to get these groups, having them have a nice going page or social media page to go to, you're keeping all that work for later. So like I said, I went back and I messaged these people 2 months down the line. So you see all these people doing Facebook ads, and they have a horrible. They're not doing anything to their Facebook page. If you have an engaging page, then every time you spend your money on your Facebook ads, and they like your page, like if you make your Facebook page ad just for the item, people are going to buy that item. That's fine. If you make it for your page with that item, you have their email. You have them again for next time. So when you post, the more people you have on your Facebook page, you can just post something. So I also made some groups as well after that. I made some buy and sell groups. I made some beard groups. And if I could just, I would post stuff. So what I'm trying now is, you get like you target your audience, right? So let's say mothers, right? And so you make a Facebook page, Mothers Rock, and then you instead of promotion and pushing your item, you push these share and like things like tag a mother who you think who deserves the best. Like you post like a video from YouTube of someone buying their mother their house, and then say tag a mother who deserves this. Yeah, and then everyone's gonna tag their mother, and you just build your free
following. Like you're not throwing like I see what you're saying. I could compare that to like the Honest Dropshippers group and DSG, right? Like I have like 15, almost 16,000 people in Honest Dropshippers. It has nothing to do with DSG, but DSG comes up, and I see what you're saying. So you create like interaction, and you create some reason for people to join this movement or whatever the fuck, and then you sell them kind of on the. I mean, that's not the only strategy, right? But like, I kind of get what you're saying.
No, but you don't do every single item. Like every now and again, you can post to your websites, and like
you have to be a bit patient. You have to be a bit patient because I feel like people who want to make money drop shipping, a lot of them just want money right away, right? So like, one person will like and they'll be like, "You want to buy my beard shit?" Like,
and you can do that. I mean, you could face your ad just based on the product and keep pushing just the product. But I mean, you're just gonna have to put that money and time in again for the next product like that. Yeah.
So,
it's all.
Well, you kind of went down a road that I wanted to ask you, because I was going to ask you if you think what you're doing could be applied in other stuff. But clearly, when you brought up this stuff with like mothers, like I could see, fuck, I want to start a Mothers Rock group and just sell them on some mother shit. Like,
it works. I mean,
that is fucked.
It's just about, you could sell anything to anybody. It's just about. The customer service is the big thing too. Like just like you're saying, you message the people when they buy from you. You keep update your tracking. You keep them happy.
And how do you position it? Because I feel like, so where did you learn this? The only reason I asked that is because there's another dude, Mike, in the actually Mike e-stores, and he did a course. I can't remember where the course was from, but like he did something similar. Like the group was like about fucking what do you call this thing? Comics. Like he made some comics groups and then back end sell them on like comic clothing. You know what I mean? So the group wasn't about the clothing, it was just about comics. But then oh fuck. That is fucking sick.
Well,
I need to start a group Trinidadians living in the US.
I had the greatest motivator. I was broke, and I didn't do any courses or anything like that. I just did trial and error. I tried pushing it myself. I tried, booking tables at local markets and trying to sell it that way, and I had some success with that. But it was just trying to increase my sales. The Facebook page thing that all came by was I was trying to do it locally, so I did have some local engagement on it. And that's one thing too. Like you could make your website, and you go to like malls and put up flyers locally and show this website that's a local business and all that. And you can push your product to. You don't have to like open up to the world.
Yeah, but most people don't.
I mean, some people the greatest way to sell.
Well, two things. Most people don't want to do any work, and then I could never drive because I live in Nicaragua.
Yeah, but I mean, most people they're trying to make a business, and their best way is people want to sell stuff. They're like, or I can sell stuff. I can talk to you, and I can sell you anything. Everyone thinks they can sell the pen, and if you can, that's great. And if that's your aspect, you might be able to make your website and promote it locally and drop ship into your own backyard. That's
Okay.
I mean all the time. If you look at like Scentsy and all these living oils and all that, they're basically drop shipping
Yeah.
themselves, right? They're going door to door, selling to their friends these oils and products that they get from like Avon. They're just drop shipping. They don't have their own product. They get it from a supplier. That's just a big drop shipping company.
Yeah. Okay. 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 So if like, I don't want to keep you too long, and I have like some other stuff to do, but if you had to like give advice to somebody you wanted to start, right? What like my thing is like the reason why like you sold beard stuff because you had a fucking beard, right? Like I sold Trinidadian stuff for people living in the US because I was a Trinidadian living in the US. So I understood like what these motherfuckers want to buy. So is there something you will advise someone who just want to start? If there was one thing you had to say that just want to start making a couple $100 or a couple of grand a month, where would someone start?
The the important thing is look at your site. Would you buy from that site? That's the big thing. If you wouldn't buy from that site, if it doesn't look nice. If you wouldn't buy from it, don't buy from it. Two, don't go buying someone else's store. That's if they're selling it for a fucking reason. There's people out there now saying like, "Oh, I had this store and I make so much money and I just don't want it anymore." If you the hardest part is making the store. If you have it all made and then I don't need it right now or I don't have time to focus on it. I haven't touched my stores in 2 months and they're still making money in there.
Right.
So if somebody had a store that was making money, they wouldn't sell it. They would just sit on it. There's no reason to sell
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So yeah, and also sell product that you want. I mean, maybe even buy one yourself and just see what it's like. Because yeah, there's a lot of that AliExpress stuff. The quality's pretty much shit. So you're gonna expect a lot of returns sometimes. Like maybe not every item, but there's some crap that slips through. So make sure that you're prepared for that, and that don't sell anything that you can't afford to risk.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, sweet. Thanks for your time, John. We have some other. I want to do a call another time about eBay stealth accounts, but I figure we'll keep
Yeah.
this one about. Are you around later today?
Yeah, I am, and that's the one I thought we were talking about. So I had all my stuff opened up and prepared for that one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But are you around later today?
That's okay. Yeah, I'll be around later today. Just give me a message.
All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna like end this video, upload it, and do a couple other things and mess you after lunch. What time is it
All
there?
right.
What time?
It's lunchtime. It's
What time is
12.
it now? I feel like. Oh, so you're an hour ahead. All right, cool. Thanks for your time, John.
No worries. Keep making money.
All
See you
right,
guys.
later.